Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.
Well, just about 24 hours after we witnessed the Bobcats take on the Lincoln Rail Splitters, a doubleheader loss last night, the Bobcats looking to start off clean with a victory here tonight as they lost 5-2 and 10-1 to Lincoln last night. They head in, they take on the Grinnell Tigers here tonight, Dylan, as this is really kind of a pivotal non-conference game here tonight for the Bobcats. Get a win as they're without one of their best players.
Yeah, you take Emma Stupp, injured her wrist last night in that first game, running into the fence. She'll be out a week and a half. It flips the whole lineup. Gianna Bonnie's been hitting in the 2-hole. She's going to move to that 1-hole with Kate Sandvik dropping into Stupp's position in that 3 spot. It really is a big game. Grinnell struggled 0-5 out of the gate, but picked up 2 huge wins against South Tama. Bobcats looking to crawl over back to 500 in this young season to be 3-3.
Some good moments. We definitely had our play of the night last night. It might be the play of the season in our broadcast last night as we take a look at it right here. Foul ball and Dylan, duck for cover. Anyway, that was one of my favorite moments. It's been added to the top 10 between you and I.
Oh, I loved it. Well, and you saw in there afterwards, I immediately, as I flinch, I burst out laughing because I know Lincoln Rail Splitter fans were making fun of me. You were making fun of me. I was making fun of myself.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, we will get a scouting report on the Grinnell Tigers coming up when we come back on the Countdown to First Pitch right here on KFJB-TV.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away, the place for fun is Wayward Social. There is always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will absolutely love their lunch specials Tuesday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social, South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Online at wayward-social.com. Welcome back into the Countdown to First Pitch here on KFJB-TV as the Bobcats get ready to take on the Tigers tonight of Grinnell. As the Bobcats will stand out to the starting mound here tonight in the pitcher's circle. Carson Price will get her 3rd start of the season, a 1-1 record as you look at her on KFJB-TV, 9 strikeouts with a 2.25 ERA. She gets ready to go here tonight against the Grinnell Tigers. We get our scouting report all presented by Brown Shoe Fit in Marshalltown. Tell me a little bit about this Tiger squad, Dylan.
When you look at the Tiger squad, we made an allusion to it earlier, but they were 0-5, sitting at 0-5, did lose 2 to a top 10 team. But then South Tama was the elixir that cured the ills for the Tigers. They scored over 40 runs in a doubleheader without giving up any. And that, doing the quick math, that is incredible.
It's a lot of runs, Dylan.
It's a lot of runs, but really where I see their real skill is right in the circle here tonight with Rhiannon Reese. 27 strikeouts in 16 innings. I don't care who you are, what level you are. That is a lot of swings and misses, and the Bobcats struggled with swing and misses last night against the Rail Splitters.
They did, and they'll be without their best hitter who just missed a couple of home runs. That's because she's dealing with a wrist injury. Emma Stump out of the lineup here tonight. Things have been shooken up on that side of things. We'll talk more about that later. That is your scatter report on the Grinnell Tigers, all brought to you by Brown Shoe Fit, with a wide variety of top-quality shoes with you every step of the way. This is countdown to first pitch, almost a tip-off.
I know.
I was thinking about Bill Walton earlier today.
I know. Great video, by the way. If you haven't seen it, check out Facebook.
Check it out on our YouTube channel, as well as we paid homage to the one and only, the great Bill Walton on there, so check that out. We take a quick timeout. We're back after this on KFJB-TV.
Brown Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear. Choose from New Balance, On, Keen, Echo, and much more. Brown Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and European footwear, carrying multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff is available to give you a personalized experience and can find the right shoes for what you need. Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
Countdown to first pitch continues with a look around the conference here tonight, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling, building relationships one customer at a time. Mason City and Fort Dodge take each other on tonight. Waterloo East and Ames will be keeping an eye on those scores here tonight around the Iowa Alliance. Thanks to Jesse DeMeyer back at the KFJB Radio Studios. Look around the conference, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling on KFJB-TV.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Penn's team.
Today's starting lineups all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. Well, it'll be Taylor Smith leading it off for the Grinnell Tigers, followed by Bond, Reese, Flander, Smith, Andrews, Harms, Imhoff, as well, Imhoff, as well as Smith and Nathan Natton will be in right field here tonight as she is in the flex position for the Grinnell Tigers, as Smith, a couple of RBIs as she's picked up on the season heading to our matchup here tonight. For the Marshalltown Bobcats on the other side of things, it'll be Gianna Bowney as she moves up from the 2-hole, and she'll lead things up. Bella Avis, Kate Sandvik will be the first three to bat for the Marshalltown Bobcats. That's your Sandvik Enterprises starting lineups. First pitch is next when we come back on KFJB-TV.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Life can take unexpected turns. Maybe you started college, but life got in the way. At Marshalltown Community College, we understand. It's never too late to chase your dreams. Come back to where your journey began. Rediscover your passion for learning and let us help you achieve your goals. Schedule a visit today at MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
It is the Battle of the Cats here tonight as the Grinnell Tigers in town to take on your Marshalltown Bobcats. Let's get today's keys to the game, all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling. We're not comfortable until you are. Dylan, circle in the circle, you told me earlier today, but I feel like it's circle the wagons for the Bobcats.
I can agree with you very much. I would also say wagons is with one G.
But who put that?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's blame Zach. But circle the wagons last night. Lost doubleheaders. Both of them 5-2 in the early one, 10-1 in the second of the twin bill. But Carson Price was awesome. And as she goes back into the circle, we talked to Coach last night, and he didn't know quite where he was going to go because Carson went 7 innings early. She gave up 3 in the first, but only 2 over the last 6. It's going to come down to can she be effective? And we were told maybe Hannah Osgood will get some pitching. And then
circle of life for Grinnell.
Circle of life. That's where it is. Rhiannon Reese, 27 strikeouts, 16 innings, holding batters to about 220. She is going to be tough.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, Grinnell in town to take on the Marshalltown Bobcats. The Tigers, Mike Dottie is the head coach, as Jason Bowers, head coach for the Marshalltown Bobcats, who are 2-3. We're underway as Carson Price fields a bunt. Good cover down there by Bohan, who slides over from second base, and Taylor Smith, the second baseman, retired on the 1-4 put out right there for out number 1 here in the first inning. Good execution defensively right there to begin the game for the Bobcats.
Really nice. Carson was able to not only release, but she released with balance, easily fielded it with a little half turn and fired it right over to the second baseman, Bohan.
Carson Price delivers just a little bit outside of the right-handed batter in Kylie Bond. She is at shortstop tonight for the Grinnell Tigers.
Last night we saw with Carson, very aggressive around the strike zone, not allowing walks as she did last year.
This one, a jam shot just over Bohan at second. That will fall in for Bond. It'll be a single right there. It was a good job by Price to kind of jam her inside, but really fought that one off to pick up the hit.
It did have that weird sound off the bat, almost like it just, but if you hit it where they ain't, it looks like a single. It looks just the same in the scorecard.
All right, so on aboard with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Left-handed batter, and Reese steps in. Rhiannon Reese, she's the starting pitcher tonight for the Grinnell Tigers. As she bats in the 3-hole with a runner aboard at first base in Bond. Runner takes off, throw down by Kuzero. Strong throw, but off the mark, and that'll be a stolen bag for Bond.
And you talk about Kuzero behind the dish. Last night she played right field. Really is kind of a utility player, can be moved around the diamond.
She caught in game number 1 last night for Carson Price. Chopper to first, under the glove. Lainey Danielson didn't get it down. Runner's going to come all the way around and score from second base. It is an RBI single for Reese as she drives in Kylie Bond, and Grinnell takes the lead 1-0.
And that's really on Lainey there, is if sometimes you can get a little bit like, hey, my backhand's going to be fine, and she had the time to move the feet to get more balance in front. Next time she'll get that. But, yeah, you really got to play it all the way to the line.
Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner, as Piper Madron will be the courtesy runner for the pitcher in Reese. Madron checking in there at first base as our home plate umpire marks that down in his notepad. Alyssa Flanders, second center fielder, excuse me. She's batting in the 4-hole tonight, number 15, as she comes in with still hitless. I imagine she did pick up a hit last night.
Yeah, you score 40 runs. There's got to be a hit out there.
Yeah,
but
didn't have the score or the stats updated from their match, their 2 games last night. But again, as Dylan, as you alluded to, just absolutely pounded South Tama last night in the doubleheader.
She has picked up 4 walks this year. She had a 0 batting average, but still over a 300 on base. You don't see that very often.
No. The 0-1 on the way from Price, fouled off down the right field line, and that is going to be a long strike for strike number 2. 0-2 the count to Flander.
Yeah, be interesting to see what Carson does on this. Does she go straight at her, or does she go a little bit off the plate, see if she can get her to chase?
Time called there for Flander. She steps back in the box. And the pitch is going to be low in the dirt. Runner takes off. Throw's going to be off the mark again. Sandvik does stop that one in front of her as Madron, the courtesy runner, advances on the stolen bag. So runner in scoring position, just 1 out. We're in the top of the first. Grinnell already striking for 1-0. And that's a good pitch on the outer half and caught looking a backwards K in your scorecard at home if you're keeping track for out number 2 of the inning.
Great pitch by Carson, not allowing the runner at second to divert any focus.
Yeah. So first strikeout of the night for Carson Price as a backwards K in the scorecard. And throw back to Price goes to second. As Bohan there to back it up. It was a strike on the batter and Josie Smith, but it does result in the runner going to third base as Madron now in better scoring position. Bunt shown as a batter at the plate, and Josie Smith brings it back. Price fires home. This one's going to be popped up. Short left field, and it's caught. Sandvik makes the clean catch for out number 3. A little bit of trouble for Price in the first, but they settle down as Kylie Bond scores for the Grinnell Tigers to take the 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first on KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Welcome back to the Marshalltown Bobcats Softball Complex. Brandon Lewis with you here on KFJB-TV. Dylan Doze alongside me, Zach Tomish, our producer, as down the right field line, it's the one and only Joe Cornwell. Common spelling on that. and Jesse DeMeyer back at the KFJB radio studios. So 1-0 our score as the Bobcats will head to the plate. New leadoff batter here tonight. We saw Kate Sandvik last night. Gianna Bonney will bat leadoff. Bella Avis also moves up in the lineup. And Kate Sandvik batting in the 3-hole. She was our player of the game last night. All brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. A $20 gift certificate is headed her way. And, of course, a good showing right there. So, switching up the top of that lineup, obviously you want to see what kind of production can still come if, a night where you struggle like last night, getting those runs and hits.
Well, and Gianna going into last night's game, batting under 200. I thought the second game she actually was pretty effective. 1 of 2, had a single along with a walk. With her going back into where she's hit for really the last 2 years, I anticipate her getting on base. It's going to be imperative that the top of the lineup produces runs without Emma Stubb.
Gianna Bonney, left-handed batter, digs in a little bit of an excuse-me swing right there. 0-1 as that pitch upstairs from Reese.
Yeah, and you can tell why she strikes some people out. That's got some heat to it, and it rose up through the strike zone. Gianna was surprised by that one.
That one at her ankles as she steps out of the way. It'll be a ball 1-1 from Rhiannon Reese as fourth start of the season tonight. She has an 0-3 record, but a pretty solid ERA at 3.94, 16 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts, and 9 walks heading into this one. The 1-1 delivery, little slap hit right there, goes to the backstop, and it will be a 1-2 count to Gianna Bonney.
And this, with the 1-2 count, this is where do you go back to the rise ball right around the letter high where she came with that first pitch, because Gianna looked outgunned in that first pitch. See if she goes back upstairs.
Bonney watches here, slaps this one, almost a bunt down the third base line, fielded over to first and safe. Bonney, she jumps up in the air. She is excited, beating that out for an infield hit. It was kind of a slap/bunt, and Smith over at third came in, made a nice play, but just could not get Bonney, who was hustling down that first base line.
That jump and excitement is the definition of youthful exuberance.
Here's Bella Avis batting in the 2-hole, bunt shown. She did that last night very good. She does it right here as well. Bonney advances to third. No throw. The throw does come late, but she's there well in time. So Bella Avis, a sacrifice bunt. She did it last night very well. I believe she did, remember, yeah. I think it was helping Sandvik eventually score there in the first inning of game number 2 last night, but nevertheless, Sandvik's going to come up to the plate with an RBI opportunity to knock this thing back up at 1 apiece.
And speed. Gianna got on because of speed.
Yeah.
On a sacrifice bunt, she got to third, and that is all speed. Last night, she did get picked off at third. That's got to be fresh on her mind. I anticipate her being a lot more alert down the line here.
Sandvik, a very good player a year ago as an 8th grader, only a freshman, and last night she was putting a charge into a couple of those hits out there in the outfield. As we look at that throw over to third base, there is Bonney safely in there, but Kate Sandvik, you can just see at shortstop as well too. She made quite a few putouts or assists defensively to help the Bobcats stay in that game, in game number 2 late, even though 10-1 a little more lopsided than maybe it looked early on, but nevertheless, the growth and development.
And watching Kate, she's, Emma's really good. I would say Kate's probably our best all around. If you look offense, defense, she's a really talented young player.
That one's going to be well out of play, and Plinko over there on that roof. I thought somebody's AC unit was going to get taken out. Last year we had somebody on their porch get taken out by Emma Stubb.
Almost taken out.
Almost taken out. Here's the 1-2 on the way. That one dug out, and that's going to be foul territory off the bat of Sandvik, who kind of got her pitching wedge out there.
Yeah.
And dug that one out. Luckily goes foul, and we'll reset things.
Yeah, the pebble rock down there, it took a sharp left there. You almost thought it was going to take the 95-degree angle to go back and play.
Right back up the middle. They'll come home. The throw is off target. Sandvik's going to go to second. Bonney scores, and we're tied at 1 apiece. as Gianna Bonney comes in to score a single, advanced to second on the sacrifice bunt by Avis, and Sandvik, a hot shot right back at Reese, the pitcher. She comes home, and the fielder's choice, Sandvik, does get all the way to second base. So no outs, bottom of the first inning, and good production by the top third of that lineup for the Bobcats.
That's beautiful softball. Get on base, bunt them over, get it in. 1-1.
Well, a little bit of a warning to the pitcher there on the progression of approaching the pitcher's plate, I believe. So digging in is Lainey Danielson. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0.
And you look, Lainey does have a home run this year along with Briley, who's going to hit right behind her. Last night she struggled some. She definitely struggled. Reese was just fantastic.
Very good pitching, yeah.
And anticipate Lainey having a much better night here tonight.
The 1-0 downstairs, it's 2-0. As Briley Danielson, like Dylan alluded to, is on deck. Really good crowd here tonight, especially the Grinnell side of things traveling really well. 2-0. From Reese on the way as she rocks and fires. And low and outside, 3-0 to Lainey Danielson. Runner at second and Kate Sandvik.
And Reese has walked nine batters this year.
They do have an out on the scoreboard, but there is no outs here. 3-0 on the way, and that one, or Avis was out, sorry. You're right, 1 out. A strike on the outer half on the 3-0 delivery to Danielson, 3-1. Forgot that. It was such a good play. I didn't think it should result in an out. Chopper to short. Sandvik runs in front of the shortstop over to first in time for out 2. As Lainey Danielson is out on the 6-3 ground down as Bond. Over to Imhoff.
And that was an interesting piece there with that runner running in front of her. You could have went for the tag play at third, but it seemed to be more important for the Tigers to get that important second out.
Riley Danielson at the plate takes a pitch, low and outside for a ball, 1-0. So Sandvik in scoring position at third here. 2 down, going on anything. Reese has her pitch, and she'll come home with it. Briley Danielson takes a strike, just looking at that one. On the outer half, 1-1.
Briley's one of my X factors for this year as she really becomes that second pitcher. Last year, Bobcats really struggled with that second pitcher. Plus, Briley has some pop in her bat.
That one at the knees, but I think just a little bit inside. 2-1 count. It misses from Reese. As Harms is catching for Reese. Smith at third, Bond is at short, Smith at second. Imhoff is at first, and it's Smith, Flander, and Nath left to right in the outfield. Strike there, so 2-2 count. 2 down, bottom of the first, we're tied at 1 apiece. And a pitch missing. That one pretty tight, but a full count now going to be with Briley Danielson as righty batter in there against the left-handed pitcher in Reese. Here's the delivery. Low, and she'll take a ball. Sandvik from third is in, and she touches home, and the Bobcats lead 2-0. 2-1.
That was great job, full count. Briley worked that count full, got the walk, but the wild pitch, Kate Sandvik was right on it and scored standing up.
Yeah, great heads-up play, base running right there. And Sandvik makes it 2-1 in the bottom of the first inning. 2 down. Ava Kuzaro batted mostly in the ninth hole last night. Did a nice job to turn over the lineup, but moves up the lineup due to that injury for the Bobcats. 3-hole hitter, Emma Stupp. Kuzaro with that first pitch ball, 1-0 the count. Reese will come home and low again. I mean, when she really hits the zone, she is tough. But again, she's worked some really loaded counts early on here, which has allowed batters to have favorable,
Well, very much,
setups.
and a little bit like Carson Price. Again, we don't have the stats from last night, but if she pitched last night, that's back-to-back nights. Is the arm a little tired, even in a dominant performance yesterday?
Low again, as that will be 3-0 to Kuzaro.
And we talked about how important it was with stuff out of the lineup of getting some momentum. This has been picture perfect by the Bobcats of what they wanted to do here in the bottom of the first.
Low to count, take it all the way, and she'll take for a strike on the inner half about waist high. So 3-1 count now to Ava Kuzaro. Catching tonight. Reese looking to get out of the inning. She'll fire strike in. A swing and a miss by Kuzaro. It's a low to count now, 3-2. Bobcats again leading 2-1. Bottom of the first inning.
When she's been up in the zone and for strikes, she has dominated the Bobcat hitters. It's hitting that zone where she has struggled.
Full count, takes a pitch on the inner half, and it looks like the runner went early. So Kuzaro will still bat, as Briley Danielson ruled that she left the bag early, so that'll be out number 3. And we'll head to the second with the Cats leading 2-1 against the Tigers on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, lennoxecu.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
2-1, Bobcats leading on KFJB-TV, as well as News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM. Be sure to hit the like button and support our broadcast tonight on YouTube, as well as hit the subscribe button. And don't miss any upcoming games. Turn on the notifications and get upcoming game alerts, Dylan.
We're almost at 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Big things coming. You're doing some fun broadcasting this weekend as well. A lot of good stuff at KFJB-TV.
Yeah, that is for sure. We're going to be at the 16-inch Clincher Classic.
I know there's about a half dozen teams from Chicago will be in.
Yep.
22 teams
Kanye
overall.
West will be there performing. Somewhat of a controversial
It
guest.
is, but as long as you have Apple Music, anybody can perform, right?
Yeah. No, not sure if what's Northwest? Is that his son's name or daughter?
I think it's daughter.
Daughter, Northwest. We're in the second. Macy Andrews at the plate for Grinnell to lead things off, as it's 6, 7, 8 batters. She is the DP tonight.
And the kid he doesn't really like, they call Midwest. Eh?
Wow. I'm just trying not to give you the gratification you're looking for.
It was real funny.
Mid. You're a mid announcer.
Amen.
Andrews with a 2-1 count from tonight's starting pitcher for the Bobcats, as that one near the KFJB wagon, as Carson Price, the pitcher, it's a foul ball off of Andrews' bat to make it a 2-2 count.
Really like Carson's attacking. Doesn't really show any signs of worse for wear for last night, pitching all 7 in that first inning.
That is for sure. The 2-2. And hammered. Foul territory down the first base line, and it will be still 2-2 count. As Munt over in right field, we have not seen her this year on our KFJB-TV broadcast, but she's getting the start out there in right tonight.
And it seems Grinnell's just a little bit behind Price. Everything, they're peppering down that first base line.
Andrews' eyes. Price, the left-handed pitcher, gets a ground ball right back to her. And over to first, she fires Delaney Danielson in time for the 1-3 ground out for out one as Andrews is retired. This will bring up Kennedy Harms, the catcher for the Grinnell Tigers, batting in the 7-hole tonight for head coach Mike Doty. And, boy, I tell you what, it always seems like matchups with Newton and Grinnell, and they always seem to be a little bit of an extra notch, even though those are two schools that are technically a class below the Bobcats usually in most sports, but they always love to compete against the bigger schools, right?
Well, it becomes that thing where, hey, I'm community 10 to 15,000 people. We're, that chip on your shoulder, like, yeah, we can beat the team right above us.
Mm-hmm.
But Carson Price trying to do her best not to allow that to happen. Not only pitching well, but she's really playing well defensively out of the circle.
Off-speed pitch just misses outside. It's a 1-1 count to Harms. As Kuzerone catching tonight for the Bobcats. Riley Danielson at third. Lady Danielson at first. It's Sandvik and Bohan up the middle. Feldman, Bonney, and Muntz left to right in the outfield. Swing and a miss. And strike two on Harms from left-handed pitcher and Carson Price. You could see it last year. I mean, just as a younger player, she had what it took long-term. And this year you can tell she's got a little bit of an extra notch over what we saw from her in the pitcher's circle last year.
Well, we talked. She had almost 50 strikeouts last year, and she showed us enough last year that I think in the offseason we both thought that number one starter, Marshalltown, was solid to have a good team. It came down to, can we get that second consistent starter, and really Carson's been better than maybe even we thought she'd be. She's been really good so far.
1-2 after a foul ball. This one a weak fly ball to Feldman out there and left, but Sandvik calls her off, and that will be it out recorded as a fly out to short in Harms. I'm not quite sure if maybe the communication not where it needed to be right there, but nevertheless, nobody injured in an out recorded.
Yeah, that's a very big deal because number five's range is incredibly important. We saw a little bit last night. Feldman struggled a little bit coming in on balls, but Sandvik able to get there.
First pitch strike on the outer half to Riley Imhoff, first baseman, as she bats in the 8-hole tonight for the Grinnell Tigers. Foul tap by Imhoff right there as it'll be an 0-2 count quickly. Plus she's a left-handed pitcher in Carson Price. I think, you're so used to righty in the high school level that once you see that lefty pitcher, I think it happens a little bit more in softball than it does in baseball, but nevertheless, still a tough aspect to the game right there.
And here tonight, it's a battle of lefties. Both Reese and Price are left-handed.
1-2 on the way upstairs. Try to get her chasing. Cannot. It will be a ball. 2-2.
Yeah, Price tried to go off speed there. Didn't quite have the control of it there.
Imhoff waits. Here's the 2-2. Down low. 3-2, a full count now.
That was just down. Like the pitch placement, this is where Carson's been really strong, not allowing free bases, making batters earn it.
And might get out of the inning here. Price is Laney Danielson on the first base line, makes the catch on the fly ball to first base off the bat of Imhoff, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Carson Price as we head to the bottom of the second. Bobcats 2, Tigers 1 on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Bobcats off to a good start tonight. They lead it 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Doze alongside me tonight, as it will be Ava Kuzaro, Carson Price, Aubrey Munt due up. 6, 7, 8 batters. If you're wondering why Ava Kuzaro batting, well, Briley Danielson left the bag early last inning, and that resulted in an out. So Kuzaro with a new at-bat. She had a full count against Reese as Reese fires in a first pitch strike to Kuzaro here in the second inning.
Ava's going to be able to see every pitch that Reese has in her arsenal.
That one at the knees on the outer half. Quickly an 0-2 count to Kuzaro.
Reese seems to maybe have locked in the sight a little bit. 2 great pitches to open up.
Reese, left-handed pitcher. Southpaw fires home and just outside, 1-2.
Just had to be right off the plate. That's a really good 0-2 pitch.
And the 1-2 just a little bit outside as well. 2-2 the count.
Ava's still got to be in protect mode here. Anything close, try to foul that thing off or see if she can drive it.
2-2 gets her chasing upstairs, and that will be the first strikeout of the night on the count for Reese, as that will be out 1 here in the bottom of the second. This will bring up the pitcher, so a little pitcher versus pitcher right here. The good old days. We did never see that. We did not ever see that anymore, Dylan.
We don't see it in the major league unless Shohei Ohtani's batting.
That's about it.
That's it.
Swing and a miss. First pitch strike to Carson Price. Lefty versus lefty. Price looks in. Reese will fire home. Check swing. A check, and she did not go around, so it'll be a ball. 1-1 the count.
Bobcats doing a nice job of being patient early at the plate.
Swing out of the glove of Harms. Strike number 2. 1-2 count.
Went off speed on that. Carson was way in front of it.
Jason Bowers, head coach for the Bobcats. Telling Price, take a deep breath right here, relax. As the 1-2 comes in. Upstairs, 2-2.
Both pitchers came out in this second frame and have pitched a much calmer, much more around the strike zone.
2-2. And it's hammered to short off the front of the glove of Bond, and that will be an E6. That'll get Carson Price aboard. Hot shot right there. A good one, but just off the tip of the glove of Bond, and that will get Carson Price aboard.
Yeah, and it really seemed to have a little bit of that pool cue English, and we're going to get a courtesy runner here. Number 21.
Madison Rogers will be the courtesy runner.
Madison caught that second game last night.
No relation to Aaron.
Or Mister.
Aubrey Munt digs in. Any relation to, was it Jim Munt? Or who played?
That's Jim Bunt.
No.
Bunting.
No, there was a Munt that played baseball.
Steve Munt.
Muntford and Sons.
She shares my wife's first name, but that's not how being related works.
Bunt shown, misses at it, throw down to second, and it's off the glove. Going to be missed. Runner will advance to third base. Tag is there, and they say she's underneath of it. Safe all the way to third is Rogers. So aggressive base running right there, and pays off for the Bobcats. Time is called here as Grinnell wants to check and make sure that maybe Blue saw that, how Grinnell saw that. We're going to talk.
Yeah, they called that from that shortstop area, and that's what they're kind of coming in. How could you see the tag place? But it did look like Rogers' left foot was able to get in before the tag. It was a close play. This is what the Bobcats did so beautifully in that first inning, is they didn't hit the ball super hard anywhere, but they turned getting on base to getting to third in a heartbeat. Now, less than two outs, runner on third. I think any run you can get here is going to be really, really important as Carson Price is dealing for the Bobcats.
It looked like she was out, but I feel like the ball was high and she had to come down. I think Rogers' foot might have just been close to being under it without seeing a replay on that.
Yeah, that's
Munt takes a strike on the outer half. I did not see what was the first pitch. Was it a ball or a strike? When the ball...
I was looking over at the meeting over there on third.
And it was a strike. So Munt swings and misses, and that'll be out number 2 as she strikes out. This will bring up Kennedy Feldman batting in the 9-hole with a runner on third, 2 down. Bottom of the second, Bobcats leading 2-1. Bonnie and Sandvik scored in the first for the Cats as Bonnie is on deck.
We talked about how important Ava was in that 9-hole last night. See if Kennedy can be that same player.
Reese comes home to Feldman on the first pitch, a strike on the outer half as the left fielder digs in. As this will be a key spot here to add another run to the scoreboard here.
Reese has 2 strikeouts this inning.
Check swing, did not go, and that's upstairs, and a ball to Feldman, 1-1. Just feeling really good about things if you could roll the lineup over here. Huh?
Yeah.
Here's the 1-1. And that'll be taken for a strike on the outer half. 1-2.
You really, because the amount of pressure Gianna, Kate puts on a lineup just with their speed and everything, you would love to see them be able to get on with people on board.
Reese with the 1-2 off speed pitch. Good pitch by Reese, and that will catch Feldman looking as that's 3 up and 3 down untraditionally right there as Carson Price did get aboard, but 3 strikeouts in the inning for Reese as we remain 2-1 Bobcats on top of the Tigers heading to the third on KFJB-TV.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Two to 1 is our score as the lights turned on, taking more full effect. We have some clouds off to our west, a little bit of rainfall earlier today, but looking okay to get this one in here tonight. And looking all right on the pitcher's plate tonight is Carson Price back out for her 3rd inning. Not sure how far she'll go tonight as she did go 7 innings against Lincoln last night in a 5-2 loss, but probably at least this inning, and then we'll see what goes on from there. But a good start so far for Price.
Well, and you look at that 2nd inning, it's also going to just depend. It didn't take her a whole lot of pitches to get out of that 2nd inning. If she can set them up and put them down as quickly as she did in that 2nd, we may be able to get an extra inning or 2 out of the junior pitcher.
Kate Smith will lead off the inning as she is at 3rd base. She is the sister of Taylor Smith, who is on deck. The other Smith, Josie Smith, not a sister.
I thought Marshalltown had the corner on Smith's.
Yeah.
But
no.
Apparently not.
Grinnell.
It's as if it's a common name.
Yeah. Price on the 1-0, and that one will be bounced to home plate. 2-0 quickly to Kate Smith. Grinnell, 1 run and 2 hits tonight, as we are in the top of the 3rd inning. What are you, you got some gum in? What's going on over there? Jam shot, and right back to Price off the bat of Kate Smith on a 2-0 count. Gets her jammed. That'll be an easy out. Right back to the pitcher for out number 1, and the top 2 up here is Taylor Smith at the plate. She grounded out to Carson Price as she threw over to Bohan, who is covering from second. I just smell something fruity, so I just automatically assumed it was you.
3 putouts already from Carson Price. She's really doing it all.
You do have gum in, though, don't you?
It's not fruity.
No. What was that gum they discontinued about a year ago? It was a swing and a miss by Taylor Smith. You know the one with the zebra?
Yes, it's Fun Stripe.
Is that Fun Stripe?
Is that what it was called? Oh,
no,
my God.
I don't think it was Fun Stripe.
Yeah,
Zach,
Lucky,
you know.
It's not Lucky Stripe.
The zebra. Oh, a great play by Kuzero. Look what I found. A pop-up by Bond off the bat. Or, excuse me, Taylor Smith off the bat for out number 2 as a fly out to the catcher. The gum that had the zebra on it, and there was a bunch of different flavors.
Lucky Stripe gum.
It is. I don't think that's it. That's too close to the other one. Bond now bats, and that one back up the middle. How about that? Kylie Bond with both hits in the game tonight for the Grinnell Tigers. Both singles and both well hit. Yeah. As she knocked that one right back up the middle, she stands on first with 2 outs.
She's got Carson's numbers seemingly tonight, but man alive, that's why it's so important. Nice play by Ava not to allow that bat sequence to continue. There you see, great job by Kusero behind the dish. Oh.
Well hit ball to center. Bonnie is all over it. And Dylan's right, fruit stripe. No, you didn't say fruit stripe. You said fun stripe. I think it's what you said.
I did.
Well, there was a lot of fun had when we had fruit stripe. A lot of fun being had here at the Marshalltown Softball Complex as Reese lines out to center for out number 3, stranding Kylie Bond on base. That is the 3rd hit of the night for the Grinnell Tigers, as it is 2-1. Bobcats come to bat when we come back in the bottom of the 3rd.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Production of today's game provided in part by the Home Rental Center and Sales Company. Need it? Rent it. Home Rental Center and Sales Company of Marshalltown. Time to get a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Dylan, what do we got?
Just got a couple games in so far. Softball, Urbandale is tied with Winterset 0-0. And then we'll look at Urbandale baseball side. It's tied 2-2 with Indianola.
Big Bird over here just waved at the camera. Hot shot and right back to Reese. And a nice play as Bonnie is retired as Rhiannon Reese with a nice play to the leadoff batter. Liner right back to the pitcher. So 1 away. And this will bring up Bella Avis. That was one of my favorite nicknames I've given Zach with that yellow coat.
Yeah.
You can see it on KFJB-TV as I'm pointing to Zach right now.
You can see it from space.
Oh, 1 on the way. Avis fights this one off as that is going to be foul for strike number 2. 0-2. See, I know we appreciate you listening on News Talk 1230 AM and 93.9 FM, but you get the real full experience on KFJB-TV. Avis eyes the 0-2 upstairs from Reese, 1 and 2.
Tonight, Reese and Price have both pitched incredibly well, but even with the Bonnie hit right up the middle, they're also just defending incredibly well. Their defense has really helped out their respective teams.
Avis fights one off. This one's going to get into left field, and that will be a base hit for Bella Avis on her way to being the player of the game. Brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. A sacrifice bunt that helped get Bonnie in because she moved from first to third in the first, and then right here a base knock for Bella Avis, who last year, we talked about it last night, just one of those players that we kind of overlooked a little bit just because she didn't play the field so much, but really did a nice job in that DP spot.
She did, and she was in that bottom third of the order and able to bring production, and that's really what this team will need to be able to be successful in the Iowa Alliance.
Kate Sandvik at the plate as she got aboard on a fielder's choice and then ended up scoring in the first. So she was our player of the game last night. Here's the 0-1 from Reese. Off speed, waits on it. Sandvik drills this one into left center. That gets down. And runners on first and second as Avis advances over to second. Sandvik with a base knock here in the third inning. And this will bring up Lainey Danielson, who, we talked about it a little bit. Obviously a home run on the season, that kind of thing. But trying to put it all together, a good opportunity to drive somebody in. Only one out. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Cats up 2-1 on the Tigers.
Yeah, and you saw Sandvik wait on that off speed. Great job driving it into the gap.
And there's a hot shot back up the middle. That will get Avis over to third. Misplayed in center field by Flander, and the Bobcats take a 3-1 lead. Runners at second and third base. Avis in off the bat of Lainey Danielson. Don't think that'll be an RBI officially, but it is a base knock for Danielson. It got Avis in, and then the misplay, the E8 scores Bella Avis as Sandvik now standing on third. Lainey Danielson at second.
Great job by Lainey Danielson. I thought in her first at bat, maybe a little bit passive. I thought she allowed a couple good pitches to go. This one went on momentum and had that third hit in a row. Great job of just driving it right back up the middle.
Let's bring up Riley Danielson, a walk, and then ended up being an out because she left the bag early back in the first. And this one's going to get into center field. One run is in as Sandvik scores. Another run is in. Lainey Danielson right after as her sister Briley Danielson drives him in. It is a single and 2 RBI for Briley Danielson.
Absolutely great job. Briley just went right at it, went right back up the middle. Center fielders had a little bit of issue fielding it off the hop the last 2 times. Bobcats taking full advantage, 5-1. Those are big runs. Really talking about the Bobcats all night long. They have taken advantage of each and every opportunity, each and every mistake by the Tigers, and really puts them up 4 runs.
A meeting out in the pitcher's circle. By the way, I want to throw a shout out to Tony Amezcua. Tony Amezcua, I believe.
Sounds good to me.
I think he's a super Bobcat fan because he always comments before the game with a little wave. And
I love it.
I've noticed that for 10 games in a row.
I love it.
Yeah.
It really is fun. That's one of the highlights is when we get to go out and around, talk to different people from different schools, but most importantly, Bobcat faithful. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. 5-1 now with those 2 runs in, and a pitch sneaks past as Reese fires in low and harms the catcher. Couldn't keep it in front of her, so a ball to Ava Kuzaro, who struck out in the second inning, as Reese in the pitcher's circle right here, struggling a little bit in this third inning.
Reese has given up maybe 2 to 3 hard-hit balls in way to giving up 5 runs. Bobcats have been really efficient with base runners.
Yeah, she just struck out the side last inning,
right.
So, it's...
You thought she had kind of locked in, and it
sure.
just seemed a little bit of a bloop single by Avis, but then hard hit by both by Kate and then both Danielsons.
Well, I think, too, pitching last night, I think can be such one of those things, the wear and tear.
Yep.
Kuzero back up the middle, backhanded at second over to first in time as Smith over to Imhoff. Retires Kuzero on the 4-3 ground out for out number 2 of the inning. This will bring up Carson Price, starting pitcher tonight for the Bobcats. 2 down as we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 5-1 Bobcats. As the Cats have strike for 3 this inning as Avis, Sandvik, and Danielson in to score. Reese, the first pitch to Price. This one popped up to left to Smith. Smith is in, and she makes the catch. A fly out to left field will end things here in the 3rd. But a 3-run 3rd, and the Bobcats extend their lead 5-1, heading to the 4th on KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social, the place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors, Marshalltown. Sports Plus, Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, sportsplusTherapy.com.
Into the 4th inning, up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Bobcats leading 5-1 against the Tigers of Grinnell. Scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank. What do we have, Dylan?
Going up to Butler County with Dyke New Hartford leading 7-1 against Applington Parkersburg, and that's in the 6th.
All right, thanks to Jesse DeMeyer, our producer back at the radio studios. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me. We've got Big Bird producing here on site. Joe Cordwell on camera. And that one's going to be an easy ground out field in as the Bobcats an easy out against Flander as she sends one over to second base. A 4-3 ground out to begin the 4th inning. And so 1 out as Bobcats up by 4 runs right now. 4-1, that's the biggest thing you want to see, right? As you come out the next inning after scoring 3 and then you come right out and finish things off quickly.
Well, I'm looking here is in the last 8 batters, 1 single, and then 2 additional 2 balls hit out of the infield. So Carson's got it rolling right now.
First pitch ball, and she'll fire in, and a strike. So 1-1 to Josie Smith, who flew out to short in the first. If we're dressing everyone today, you look like Adam Sandler dressed you today. Look like
because
you should
of
be
the
in
baggier shorts.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, because of the baggier shorts. I get it.
Yep.
I got it.
Joe? I'm not sure about Joe. I'll let you pick me.
Pick you? Well, you definitely got 9 holes in at some point today.
Golf Dad. Pop up to center. Bonnie calls for it, and an out is recorded. And so Price feeling it a little bit as Josie Smith flies out to center. I'm just glad you didn't go with like John Daly.
Your pants aren't wild enough.
No, Loudmouth Golf not sponsoring me here tonight.
We're still looking for that Under Armour sponsor. Brandon Lewis, he loves 2 things in this world, his family and Under Armour.
Chopper to third. Briley Danielson, terrific play at third as she fires over to Lainey Danielson at first. It is a 1-2-3 4th inning as Carson Price just heating up here tonight as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Bobcats leading 5-1 on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality, efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
Back at the Marshalltown Bobcats Softball Complex as the Bobcats leading at 5-1, bottom of the fourth inning. As Munt will bat and lead off the inning as she gets a pitch inside from Reese, has to lean back as Aubrey Munt, Kennedy Feldman, Gianna Bonney will lead things off. Munt struck out in the second. Joe put on a sweatshirt, so I think he's trying to be like Mac Miller from back in the day.
He reminds me of the kid from the cartoon Recess.
Oh, really?
From way back in the day.
Okay. On Nickelodeon?
ABC.
Oh, ABC. Okay. All right. Munt with a 1-2 count.
TJ was the main character, just for those that know at home.
Not on reruns on the weekend on KFJB-TV. Munt swings and misses, and a strikeout. And one away in the bottom of the fourth inning as Kennedy Feldman will dig in, caught looking in the second. See if she can get things straightened out here. As she trades a tennis swing for a softball swing.
The ball's harder and the racket's smaller. That's my expert opinion.
Have you ever played tennis?
The table version, yes, and I have been beaten terribly on the court.
Oh,
so
really?
I don't know if I've had a racket in my hand.
Swing and a miss by Feldman, and that'll be a strike. 1-1 the count from Rhiannon Reese.
My preferred racket sport, definitely racquetball. I enjoy racquetball quite a bit.
You strike me as a pickleball kind of guy.
I have not played pickleball yet.
Really?
It looks like a lot of fun. Everybody enjoys it. I have not played it.
2-1 count. Jason Bowers talking with the batter and Kennedy Feldman right there as you see on KFJB-TV. Reese rocks and fires 2-1 and swing and a miss by Kennedy Feldman. And it's a 2-2 count.
There's a company that just opened in Marshalltown that creates really high-end pickleball paddles that are used across the nation. They ship all around.
That's awesome. 2-2 on the way from Reese to Feldman. And that one caught looking again as Feldman as a rise ball catches her off guard for out 2 at the bottom of the fourth. That'll roll over the lineup. Gianna Bonney now at the plate. She lined out to the pitcher in the third and had a base knock and a run scored back in the first.
Gianna's been really, really good. And I love, she seems to come alive a little bit in that leadoff position.
Lefty versus lefty as 2 outs in the inning as she was looking to slap that one opposite field, and she shakes it off. It was called a strike.
She did a little bit of the tiptoes out there when she decided not to swing.
Looking to slap that one. It's dropped by the catcher in harms. Regardless, it's a strike for an 0-2 count quickly on Bonney here in this at-bat. Third is playing in quite short in Smith.
Yeah, as we saw that the first hit for Bonney was just a little almost that swinging butt right down the third base line.
0-2 is fouled off, right off the home plate umpire. He gives a signal to Harms that there was no harm.
There we go.
Why did you have to steal that from me?
Because you were thinking way too hard. I could see the smoke coming out of your ears, buddy. I could see the smoke coming out of your ears.
The 1-2 on the way here as Reese comes set on the pitcher's plate. Rocks and fires and loses that off-speed pitch. Up as she'll kind of give a little bit of
outside.
A little smirk from her as she knew, oh boy.
Major
2-2.
Major League underrated movie.
That's for sure.
That's one of my favorites.
Have you seen all like 4 of them? They get worse as it goes along in the trilogy.
3, I think.
Yeah. The 4th one is the best. Slaps this one into short left and doesn't quite get into the grass as Bond, the shortstop, calls for it. Bonnie flies out to short. That'll end the inning. Reese bounces back after giving up 3 in the 3rd. It's a 1-2-3 4th for her as we head to the 5th. 5-1 Cats on top of the Tigers on KFJB-TV.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in Screen. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
Top of the 5th, Briley Danielson back out. She is really feeling it. She's retired a lot in a row, Dylan.
Yeah, 11 out of her last 12. She's been really, really good. Carson Price, you didn't know exactly what were you going to get the day after going 7. You're going to get greatness is basically what's happened.
Yeah, Bobcats trying to get back to 500 with a win here tonight. They are 2-3. Tigers are 2-5. As Carson Price looking for her 2nd win of the season in the pitcher's circle. A bunt, and this is going to end up in foul territory as Kennedy Harms bunts that one foul on the first base line. And so a strike right there for Harms, 0-1 the count.
And Carson said such a nice job pitching, defending the circle as well. And tonight coming in with no Emma Stupp, I know you and I a little bit nervous where are the runs coming from. And Carson's offense has really picked her up here tonight.
Pitch is in, a bunt is down as Price will fire to first, and it is a 1-3 ground out for Kennedy Harms to begin the inning with 1 away. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button here tonight. Get upcoming game alerts by making sure those notifications are turned on. So 4-run lead for Carson Price and the Bobcats. As Riley Imhoff will step in, she flew out to first in the 2nd inning as 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. As a pitch fired in low by Price, and it's going to be a ball. He's Dylan Doze. I'm Brandon Lewis. Thanks for joining us tonight on KFJB-TV. We've got a good one here as the Bobcats looking to get a win. This will be their first home victory of the season as well, Dylan, as their 2 victories on the season came in a doubleheader sweep on the road at Mason City last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a home win. As Carson Price went a little bit high inside, she had that same big smile that Reese had as well.
Hot shot to Feldman in left. She fields it. Imhoff smoked that one out there, but it's out number 2 as a liner to Feldman. She hardly even had to move on that play.
No, it caught her as much as she caught it. The defense behind Price has been really, really good tonight. Gianna Bonnie has made 2 really nice snags in the outfield. Feldman with a real nice one there as well.
Kate Smith steps in, 2nd at bat of the night. That one foul tipped up over our way. No danger there, Dylan.
Nice catch there by Feldman. About knee-high, got in perfect position, able to secure the catch.
So Smith just tapped that one foul. It's 0-1 from Carson Price. She loads up, fires high, 1-1 the count.
She just really appreciate you. You see her just kind of mowing through this lineup. Sometimes when a batter has gone through, when they've gone through a couple times through the lineup, maybe they pick up some things of the pitcher, but not the case here tonight.
Weak shallow pop fly to Sandvik at shortstop off the bat of Kate Smith, and that'll do it for the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Carson Price in the fifth, way into the sixth, as the Bobcats are leading 5-1 on top of the Grinnell Tigers right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
It is 5-1 on KFJB-TV. News Talk 1230 AM and 93.9 FM. See that play by Sandvik as she seems to always have a little bit of a celebration after big plays out there on the field. Love to see that as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Time to get a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
We do have a score update in softball. Urbandale leads 1-0 over Winterset in the fifth. Baseball action. Dyke New Hartford beats AP 8-1, and Mason City trails Fort Dodge 5-0 after 3 innings.
A weak ball, and that's going to hang inside fair territory. It's a base knock for the Bobcats to lead off the inning. How about that for Bella Avis? And she's had a pretty good night at the plate and kind of got lucky and bailed out right there as Bella Avis at the plate. That one a little bit off the end of the bat, and it just died halfway between home plate and first base. And she gets aboard as Harms, the catcher, thought that one was going to roll foul.
It was spinning like a top, and it just settled in. No matter how hard you hit it, no matter how far you hit it, at the end of the day, Avis is 2 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt.
First pitch ball to Kate Sandvik, who stands in. Lefty versus lefty in the matchup. And the second pitch of the at-bat is popped up. Third base side, and trouble over there for Smith, as that will just be a foul ball. She's not able to get to it. And Sandvik will see a strike on her at-bat right there. 1-1. The count gets a second life.
Yeah, and this is a batter you don't want to give second life to. Sandvik 2 for 2 for tonight. Has scored both times she's gotten on. Has an RBI to her name as well.
Here's the 1-1 from Reese. Bunt down. Sandvik flies down the first base line. She's going to be there in time, and she's pumped up. Runner Avis over to second. So a base knock again for Kate Sandvik. Just hustling on the infield hit. And there's runners at first and second as Lainey Danielson will head to the plate. And in this instance, last time she was at the plate in the third, she got a base knock and kept the line moving. Ended up scoring that inning.
Yeah, and you'd love to see that happen just enough in the third inning. This was the part of the lineup. It was Avis, Sandvik, Laney, Briley that really brought that all together.
Yep. And Laney got aboard by that base knock, and then an error by the center fielder on that play brought in Bella Avis. Avis stands at second, and here's a hot ball to right center, and that's going to get down. Avis is going to score. Sandvik is digging for home. They're going to hold her, and 1 run scores. It's now 6-1. Bobcats leading on an RBI double off the bat of Lainey Danielson.
She just went with it, went opposite into that right center alley. Just put the bat head right on it. Knocked it out there. Last night she seemed a little bit behind the pitches. Tonight she's right on it.
Yeah, that's
2
for sure.
3 looks really good.
Yeah. Lainey Danielson double RBI as Briley Danielson digs in a walk and also a single with 2 RBI back in the third. Starts off from Reese with a first pitch strike. Reese winds up, fires in low. Good stop by Harms as she blocks that one, keeps it in front. Here's a ball, a 1-1 count. Runners at second and third on the 1-1 delivery. And that one going to have to be blocked by Harms again. It's a 2-1 count.
Nice work by Harms behind the dish. Those easily could have been forgivable pass balls. Those were tough to handle, but she did so.
Reese fires on the 2-1. Chopper right back to Reese. Reese will go home and tagged on the runner and going to be out at home plate is Kate Sandvik for out number 1 of the inning. So Sandvik out and still runners on base. Runners, though, on the corners now as Lady Danielson moves to third, and on the fielder's choice, Briley Danielson stands at first.
Reese did a nice job there of not rushing the throw or anything. Calm, set her feet, got it perfectly on target.
So the force out there or not force out, but the tag applied there at home plate for the out. One away, bottom of the fifth, 6-1. Bobcats leading, bunt shown. And Kuzaro just missing on that one, trying to get the bunt down, could not. And so an 0-1 count. Kuzaro a strikeout in the second and a ground out in the third.
And that's an interesting one with Sandvik being thrown out. That's just kind of the philosophy of go on contact instead of wait to see if it gets through.
The 0-1 from Reese, bunt again, and unfortunately Kuzaro can't get the barrel on that one.
Yeah, Ava looks to be taking stabs at it instead of, you know, in the bunt situation, you almost want to kind of catch it with your bat. Ava's kind of stabbed at it there on the outer edge.
Kuzaro most likely looking to swing away here, down 0-2 in the count. And upstairs goes Reese, 1-2.
See if Ava can get a single, will more than likely score 2. And the way Price is pitching, I think that could put the nail in the coffin.
1-2 on the way. Off speed, waits on it, and it eats up the second baseman, and Smith over to first. Kuzaro going to be out.
A kick save and a butte.
Yeah, but a run scores and makes it 7-1. Is coming in. Lady Danielson scores. So Kuzaro just kind of maybe not her night, but nevertheless does get the run in right there. I believe it should be an RBI, Dylan.
I have it down as an RBI, and Briley went from first to third on that, so runner again in scoring position.
Pop up out of play as that off the bat of Carson Price as she stands in here. Here's that play again as just kind of kicked over. I guess it's 4-3, untraditional.
Yeah.
It all counts. Swing and a miss by Price, and quickly 0-2 to her. Definitely feel better with a 7-1 lead, though.
Yeah, it really is. And just the way they have moved runners around, base running has been really solid tonight.
And waiting on that one is Price, but she watches it go by for a backwards K in her scorecard as it's a strikeout as Reese retires. Price, that'll end the inning. One more run scores. It's now 7-1. Bobcats on top of the Tigers on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Well, correction, 2-run score that inning. I forgot to mark down Lady Danielson. I completed it. I just didn't fill it in. You know, the home plate.
Yeah, it's perfect. I'm looking at it right now, folks. You
it's
can
looking
trust
good.
You can trust a Brandon Lewis scorecard.
All right, so 2 more runs score. It's now 7-1. We enter the top of the 6th inning as the Bobcats leading. Carson Price back out for her 6th inning of work. And, I mean, why ruin a good thing, Dylan?
Yeah, just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. She's
Limp Bizkit told me that a long time ago.
Taylor Smith.
Keep rolling.
She's had Taylor Smith's number, 0-2 so far here tonight.
Chopper to Price. She comes out of the pitcher's circle, makes the play over to Lainey Danielson as Taylor Smith, the one-hole hitter, leadoff batter, retired to begin the inning on a 1-3 ground out. As Kylie Bond will head to the plate, she has hit the ball really well tonight. 2 singles, a run scored, and a stolen bag. So out of that 2-hole, Bond has definitely done her part for the Tigers.
Outside of Bond, it's been a struggle, but she's been really good.
Bond. Kylie Bond.
For all of you over 60, you get that reference. I'm not a James Bond guy.
Why?
I don't
love
know.
James Bond movies. Here's the 0-1. I wasn't much of like a Sean Connery Bond, or I grew up Pierce Brosnan Bond.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah. And then of course from Nintendo 64, the GoldenEye 007.
That was Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan was on the.
Yep. GoldenEye was a terrific game. Here's the 0-2. Jam shot. Short left. Sandvik calling for it. Feldman. Not sure if she did not hear that or not, but regardless, second time tonight that's happened. And
we heard Kate, and we have earphones on.
And earplugs.
I got nothing. Speechless, folks. Speechless.
2 away. Top of the 6th. Price dealing tonight. Gave up a run in the first, and that was it. Since then, she has just mowed through the Grinnell Tigers. They had 2 hits there in the first. She's only given up 1 hit since that point.
Yeah, she's retired 10 in a row, 11 out of 17, or 11 out of 12. No, that's not right. 16 out of 17.
Reese standing in, takes another strike again, so it's quickly 0-2. Rhiannon Reese. Almost everyone seems like they're a Smith on the Tigers. But no, this is Reese at the plate. Swinging, I believe, a foul tip to the backstop right there. So it'll be an 0-2 count with 2 down in the 6th.
Carson hasn't messed around a whole lot here tonight. She's gone right at it, attacked it.
Upstairs, and that'll be a ball. Reese, left-handed batter. Left-handed pitcher. Price comes home out in front, and that one fouled off to the backstop. And we'll do it again here. 6-run lead for the Bobcats. As Tigers down to the remaining 4 outs of the game. Reese comes home. Reese looks as Price come home and caught looking as Reese is struck out. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Carson Price. Her 3rd inning in a row where she sets him down in order as the Bobcats go to the bottom of the 6th, leading 7-1 on KFJB-TV.
As you walk inside, you know right away, the place for fun is Wayward Social. There is always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will absolutely love their lunch specials Tuesday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social, South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Online at wayward-social.com.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, Rhiannon Reese is going to be out again for her 6th inning of action here tonight. As so far, against the Bobcats, just really been the third and fifth inning. You take that away, it's only a 2-1 ball game at this point in time. So she's pitched pretty well here tonight, but a couple of times it's been the top of the order for the Bobcats, which has given her troubles.
That's where the trouble has come, and really she is not, anytime there's an opportunity, Bobcat get a base runner, they're not doing Reese any favors. It seems, you know, sometimes you get lucky a couple times, then you get out of the inning. Bobcats have not allowed the Grinnell Tigers to wiggle out of anything here tonight. But Reese, you can see why she struck out 27 in 16 innings. She has 6 strikeouts tonight, and she's been dominant in the bottom half of the order of just going after it.
Abby Jansen's going to pinch hit for Aubrey Munt, as Munt will re-enter the game defensively in the top of the 7th inning. So Jansen, one of the younger players, will get a opportunity to get a bat in here, as Abby Jansen, a freshman for the Bobcats, saw her come in at third base and replace Emma Stepp last night.
Yeah, and it's also interesting, there was a JV game before this. So unlike when you do a varsity doubleheader, Jansen would be over there cold. But she played that whole JV game, and you wonder, hey, she's already gotten some live swings in here tonight. Does that work to her benefit?
Reese fires in a rice ball again. Boy, she still can rock and fire. I mean,
that
she's
seems
not
to be
losing.
her best pitch that I've seen tonight, is that up by the letters. It just overpowers hitters.
Off speed, gets her out in front. Quickly 0-2 to Abby Jansen.
And that's been her second best pitch. She's caught a couple Bobcats just looking on strike 3 Ks with that off speed.
Checks the wristband, does Reese, and she'll fire home on the 0-2. Off speed, caught her looking. Jansen, strikeout victim here in the 6th, as one away.
It almost reminds me of like a little parachute. It just floats up in there, and as a batter, you're just looking at it, and your brain knows what's about to happen, but you can't trigger the bat.
That is the 7th strikeout of the night for Rhiannon Reese. Bunt for Feldman. Third base comes over, makes the play. It's a 5-3 ground out for Kennedy Feldman as Smith fires over to Imhoff and gets that 5-3 ground out. So 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning as Gianna Bonney will come to the plate. So far tonight, she is 1 for 3.
Yeah, she was a real, after going down 1-0 early in that first inning, Gianna kick-started the Bobcats offense right away.
Bonnie looking at that slap hit, as she's tried a few times tonight, but not able to time that one up, and it's an 0-1 count.
And
time called here is Jason Bowers, head coach, going to come over and have a talk with Bonnie here. Probably just a little bit about that approach at the plate, right?
It looks a little bit off. She hasn't really made contact on that, and here you see, as she just misses, it seems whatever's happening, I don't know if it's, the
timing
lights
or
coming
something.
up,
Yeah.
timing, if she's seeing the ball right.
We saw her batting in the 2-hole last night, and she was more, you know what I mean? Usually you see that slap style hitting out of your leadoff batter because they're trying to get that speed down the line, or 9-hole hitter.
And she was really effective with the slap hitting last year as well, in her route to hitting almost 400 on the season.
But if you haven't done it all year, and maybe your approach has been a little bit different, for sure. So an 0-1 count as Reese comes set, fires upstairs, ball 1-1. Big cut right there from Gianna Bonney on the 1-1 and misses on the outer half. It's a 1-2 count now.
Yeah, Reese can just overpower you, and she's done a really nice job here in this 6th inning of just sticking around the. Oh, my.
Wow, what a play. Gianna Bonney lines one right back to Reese. She reaches to her left for out number 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning, as that was a really good play by Reese to get out of the inning. As we head to the 7th inning, the Tigers down to their final 3 outs. Bobcats leading 7-1 on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We're down to 70 degrees now. Dylan, old man River over here, his bones are getting chilly. A little bit of a breeze, though. It's calmed down a little bit. Cloudy night. And here's how the last inning ended as the bottom of the sixth inning. Bonnie right back to Reese there to finish things off. 4, 5, 6 batters come to the plate for Grinnell in the top of the seventh. They're down to their final 3 outs of the game. Flanders, Smith, and Andrews will head to the plate as Carson Price looks to go all 7 here tonight. She's only allowed 3 hits and 1 run. Weak chopper to third. Briley Danielson all over it. The stretch by Lainey Danielson at first. And Flander is retired on the 5-3 ground out, 1 away.
Briley I am really excited about the prospect of her. There's
not only a good pitcher, but holy smokes, her third base play tonight has been exceptional.
And then her sister on the other side has she's great length, great stretch at first base, but Briley's one of those trifecta of freshmen that are just really impacting this team.
1 away as Josie Smith checks in for the 3rd time tonight. She flew out to short in the first and flew out to center in the 4th. So we had a nice win tonight for Jason Bowers and his crew to get back to 500 after a tough night last night against a very good Lincoln Rail Splitter team.
It was a bit of a moral victory night last year. 10-run both times they've played them. They've really battled in game 1, the game that Carson Price was pitching.
And the Bobcats battling tonight for Carson Price. Looking to record the victory tonight with a 7-1 lead, 1 out. Top of the 7th, a 1-2 count on the batter in Josie Smith. As Carson Price loads up and fires home, and here's a pop-up into left field. That will bounce a couple times in front of Feldman, and that'll be a base hit for Josie Smith here in the top of the 7th inning. And taking second base is Josie Smith as Feldman kind of fumbling that ball out in left field, late to get it in, and taking advantage of it is Josie Smith.
And that was the first batter to reach in 11 times. She had set down 11 Tigers before that base hit.
Wow, pretty impressive. Kaylee Pollard is out for a quick meeting in the pitcher's circle with the infield. And the pitcher and Carson Price. As Grinnell will huddle here as well as the Bobcats leading 7-1 in the top of the 7th, 1 away, and stepping in Macy Andrews. So far tonight, she's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. So the DP steps in for the 3rd time tonight. Carson Price kind of surveying here. And that pitch a little bit upstairs, and it will be a ball. And runner did take a lead after the pitch came in, but Josie Smith not looking like she's trying to advance on that play. 1-0 on the way. Hammered back up the middle. Bonnie will charge. Runner comes in from second, cut off. Price was trying to get the out over at first, potentially. Run scores. Josie Smith is in. It's 7-2.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been a close play at the plate. Price makes the decision to hold the runner at first, and I think ultimately that's the right decision.
The out means more than the run in this situation. But it does make it a 5-run game now here in the top of the 7th.
But yeah, these last 2 balls have been hit pretty hard.
So Kate Nath will be the pinch runner, and she is in right field tonight as the DP getting the hit.
Games moved tonight pretty swiftly with how well pitched it's been.
You just cursed us. That's one thing you don't talk about. The pace of play.
I know.
So, yeah, just a straight up right there. As the DP got the hit, and who she was hitting for in the flex, Nath, she's going to run. And then Nath will re-enter if we were inclined to play the bottom of the 7th.
High school umps, I think, may have one of the more difficult jobs because of all the switches that are allowed at this level. It is incredible.
The re-entries that people get. I umped for about 5 years, baseball and softball, and for sure.
It feels like it's calculus at some level out there just to make sure everybody's moving wherever.
There were certain games where I'm like, does the coach know that there is a limit here? Price on the 0-1 comes home, and that one's going to be upstairs just a little bit. 1-1 to Kennedy Harms, who stands in. I will have to say a big shout out to the Blue crew here tonight. They have done a really nice job.
They've been really good,
consistent.
Last night was interesting at levels, but this crew is seasoned, confident. They've taken command of the game and called a really good one.
1-2 the count, a swing and a miss by the batter and Kennedy Harms. She is 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a fly out. A little double play ball is what Carson Price is looking for with that defense behind her. Fires in, pop up right side. This one in no man's land, and it will fall in as Munt will throw it back into Price. And runners on first and second. That'll be a base hit for Harms. Nath is over to second.
Yeah, and tell a little bit from the Grinnell crowd, but also head man over on third baseline. They wanted to see her to beat a third by that time.
Yeah. Imhoff stands in for the third time tonight. She is also 0 for 2. A lot of production coming from batters who haven't produced at the plate for the last 6 innings, really.
Yeah, and this is where it's a little bit of danger zone. It's still a 5-run lead, but there is only 1 out.
Yeah.
2 Tigers on, and Carson's been hit pretty good in this inning.
Pop up our side. Dylan, you're okay?
I'm good. I didn't flinch. I didn't react. But I'll tell you, if it comes right back at me again, you're going to see an instant replay of last night because I will flinch.
0-2 to Imhoff as Carson Price looks to get out number 2 of the inning. With runners on first and second for Grinnell. Fires home on the outer half, missing, and ball 1, 1-2.
We saw Reese throw a few of those. It must just be off the plate, just where we're standing, as you can see us right there. It's hard to see that outside of the plate.
1-2 from Price on the way. Swung on, hit to Feldman in left. She ranges back about 1 step. Makes the catch for out 2 as Imhoff flies out to left field. 2 down, and this will bring up the 9-hole hitter in Kate Smith. Couple of flyouts tonight. She is 0 for 2, and Grinnell down to their final out of the night.
Just want to see Kennedy's played a good left field here in the last few innings. Made a couple really nice catches because that ball was tagged on a rope.
First pitch is in and low for a ball, 1-0 to Kate Smith. Price gets a pop up into the backstop. 1-1 now.
Oh, my goodness.
Luckily, a dead ball there.
Yes.
Dylan. Ball snuck away as Kuzaro threw it back out to Price, and it went over her head into nearly center field right there.
And sometimes you say, oh, my goodness, and you don't know you're going to say it until you hear it.
Complaints can be sent to 123 West Main Street, downtown Marshalltown. Pitch is low, 2-1. Sorry, I should probably have your back a little bit more in that instance, but
you should.
Price with runners on first and second fires in with 2 outs and upstairs. And it's going to be a 3-1 count now to Kate Smith. That's the thing when you're rolling. You had 3 innings in a row where it was just a 1-2-3 inning, and then you get to this inning and just one hit sneaks on there, and then it's 7-2 all of a sudden. Ooh, right in the back. Kate Smith catches one. She's hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded for the leadoff batter and Taylor Smith.
This is a big one here. You said it perfectly. You get on cruise control, you're rolling, everything's working right, and then there's just a pebble in the shoe.
Yeah.
Or, using that cruise control analogy.
I actually do have a pebble in my left shoe here tonight. That's one thing I'm not a huge fan of.
That's never good. But, you get that
Coming up in the
control.
post-game show, I'll take the pebble out of my shoe.
We're going to bring Joe over here, so he'll bring the camera down. We'll look at it.
As Kate Smith, she was hit by the pitch right there. Looks to be okay.
And there was no getting away from that. She got hit right between the shoulder blades.
Good thing in this situation, any bag isn't out.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the silver lining when the bases are loaded. You just got to touch the base you're nearest to.
So Carson Price looking to go the complete game. She has 2 outs, top of the 7th here on KFJB and KFJB-TV. Bunch shown, ball gets to the backstop. It's going to be 7-3 as the runner from third comes in to score, and Macy Andrews, her pinch runner, and Kate Nath scores. Second run of the inning, so it's 7-3 now.
Yeah, this is where it gets, the tying run is in the on-deck circle.
Nerve-wracking.
And you think of, from the coaching staff, you look over there, the heart rate was probably pretty solid about 5 minutes ago, and that has gone up exponentially.
So Taylor Smith stands in and makes contact. It's going to end up in foul territory for a strike on Taylor Smith as she bats for the 4th time here tonight. 0 for 3. We've said that a lot here tonight. 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 with some of these batters. But here in the 7th, putting the pressure on Price to close things out.
And Carson has taken care of her a couple times on bunts back to the circle.
That's going to be a strike on the outer half. Boy, that's
a tough call.
So into the count. Grinnell down to their last strike. 4-run lead for the Bobcats. Carson Price rocks and fires home low past Kuzaro, and that's going to make it 7-4. Whew. Harms is in from third.
This has gotten interesting. Carson was awesome for 6 innings. Is it just a mental thing here in the 7th?
Probably.
Or do you see the arm getting a little bit tired? But I think I'm with you. It's one of those, if it starts to shift a little bit against you, it can tumble pretty quick.
2-2 on the way. Fought off to the backstop. As you know who just flinched? Our producer.
We were talking. We were talking in the pregame.
Somehow the replay button's not working now.
Exactly. Exactly. He did say in pregame that if it came his way, he'd definitely be flinching as well.
2-2 with 2 outs. Price looking to finish it off. And she will. She'll get a 3rd strikeout of the night. As Taylor Smith retired here in the 7th. 3-run score for Grinnell. But they come up on the losing end. 7-4 will be the final score. Big victory here tonight for the Bobcats as they get back to 500.
That was fantastic. Carson Price was dominant for 6 innings and then gutted it out for 1 to get the 7-4. Went 7 last night in a 5-2 loss. Tonight she gets the decision on the right side of the record books to get her win. Bobcats back to 3-3.
7-4 the final score right here on KFJB-TV.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every other year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
7-4, the final score. Carson Price goes 7 innings and gets the victory for the Bobcats tonight. And a much-needed win as the Marshalltown Bobcats back to 500. They're now 3-3, and the Tigers fall to 2-6. We head to the locker room report coming up next right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Marshalltown Community College.
Graduation is fast approaching. It's time to think about your future. Marshalltown Community College is the place to start your education. Choose from our many career training programs or earn your AA degree and transfer to a 4-year university. MCC is all about choices. Schedule a visit today at MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Welcome into the Locker Room Report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. Well, the Bobcats tonight, they pick up 7 runs off of 7 hits, and they did leave a few runners on base, but just 3 of those here tonight as a really good effort on the offensive side of things, especially the top 4 batters, I would say, really did a really nice job tonight for the Bobcats to get that production for 7 runs.
Well, it was essential. We talked is they needed to be able to get every run they could because you see Emma Stupp there with the wrist guard coming off the field. Without your power hitter in the middle of the lineup, you've got to make opportunities. It's funny, you look at the ladies out there as well. They're finding the camera. They found Joe Cornwell there, and they're waving and they are the Corey Smith has carried that on.
Yeah, that is for sure. On the other side of things, Grinnell, 4 runs off of 6 hits. And 3 left on base. Well, it's Claire Bohan. She loves the camera. She caught us during a Cat Connection as well. Carson Price, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs given up, and 3 strikeouts she ended up with as she got the final strikeout to end things against Taylor Smith. But a great effort here tonight. We'll find out who our player of the game is when we come back on the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford...
Hold on. That's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a, this is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV. It's now time for our Player of the Game, all brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. Greek and traditional favorites. All you have to say is Opa. And our player of the game tonight, she struggled a little bit last night at the plate, but really got moved up a little bit in that lineup and came through here tonight. Lainey Danielson, 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBI, and really came through in the clutch, especially there in the 5th inning, which helped add on some additional runs, which at the end of things, it would have been a 5-4 game at the end of things if it weren't for those extra couple runs she was able to produce.
Yeah, that 3rd and 5th inning, but specifically you mentioned that double that she hit on the screws in the 5th. She was really good tonight in that 4-hole, and we needed every single run that we could muster.
Yeah, that is for sure. Congrats, Lainey Danielson, as our player of the game, all brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. She receives a $20 gift certificate to Opa Grill in Marshalltown. We'll have our post-game interview, all brought to you by Century Plumbing, coming up next with head coach Jason Bowers right here on the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV.
What does OPA mean? OPA means joy, enthusiasm, and approval. And when you dine at Opa Grill in Marshalltown, you'll understand why. With their made-to-order pastas, soups, and salads made daily with the freshest ingredients. Favorites include chicken parmesan pan-fried to perfection, fresh and light chicken lemon rice soup, and their signature Opa salad topped with seasoned gyro meat. Opa Grill Family Restaurant in Marshalltown, where you can dine in or drive through. All you have to say is, OPA!
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Back in on the Locker Room Report, our post-game chat with Coach Jason Bowers, all brought to you by Century Plumbing in Marshalltown, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. Well, Coach, really good performance out of your starting pitcher. You know, she went all 7 last night. She goes all 7 tonight as Carson Price picks up the victory.
Yeah.
A little bit of nerve-wracking, but I feel like at the end there, it was really a product of, you know, she had 3 innings in a row where she mowed him down, 1, 2, 3, and then you kind of get surprised. You allow a hit, and then things can kind of snowball, but she really handled her composure and was able to get the victory and seal the deal with a strikeout to end the game.
Yeah, for sure. And what I told the girls right there in the huddle is that as a coach, my heart was beating out of my chest, but as softball knowledge, that is great for that kid. right? I mean, that builds a little grit to that pitcher, and to understand that, hey, you can give up a couple of runs, and when you got a good lead, and just trust your D and go after it. And she ended up kind of barreling down and going to get it. So I was very proud of her.
Lainey Danielson is a player that you highlighted with us on Bobcat Live a couple of weeks ago as somebody who had really stepped up for you this year. She struggled last night against Lincoln, but here tonight she comes up with a couple of really clutch hits, especially adding on a couple more late, which proved to be pivotal in a 7-4 victory.
Yeah, for
tonight.
sure. And that's what I said, in that inning. I was like, we got to get a couple. Let's get a couple. I know Mike Doty pretty well, and he's a good coach, and I knew they weren't going to give up. So I knew that we needed to probably get a couple more there. And she hit in the cage before the game, and we talked about just getting maybe just a little bit more of the top of the ball. She was, popping out a little bit and striking out, and she was under the ball last night. So we worked on that in the cage, and it paid dividends tonight, so for sure.
And we talked about with Emma being out tonight, that big bat in the middle of the lineup, you're going to have to figure out ways to manufacture runs. And I really thought tonight how efficient you were offensively.
Yeah.
Get a runner on, get them around, and get the score. And you also had Gianna in the leadoff with Kate dropping into the 3-hole.
Right.
Can you speak to those little nuances on the offensive side?
Yeah, I just knew Kate has the ability to either lead off, bat 2, or even in a 3-hole, because she puts the bat on the ball. She don't strike out a lot. And I thought moving her to 3 was the right move there. And Bella does a nice job of, 1, bunting, and 2, she got speed. And she hits the ball pretty well when she's on, too. And that's kind of the way, and G's very experienced in the leadoff spot. But, yeah, we moved runners when we needed to, and we put pressure on them, got them to make some mistakes when we laid down some nice bunts and stuff. So I thought offensively we were efficient, very efficient tonight.
And I love to flip onto the other side of the ball. You look at the defense was very, very good
Solid.
and tight. Specifically, and that starts with Carson. Carson defended incredibly
the bunt,
well.
Yeah, the bunt was incredible, right? And I knew we scouted him. I've played him before, and especially at East Marshall, we play almost every year, and I knew they were going to small ball us and they were going to run on us, and they started to, and you saw that even in the first inning. But bunt-wise, I don't know if they got one for a hit. I mean, that's how well we defended it. Yeah. And they got speed, too, so we defended that really well.
Yeah, that's for sure. You mixed a lot of ladies up here tonight, and you alluded to Bella Avis. Last year, she was just very rock solid for you. You move her into the 2-hole tonight. She handled that really well, I thought. She came up with a really nice sacrifice bunt that resulted in Bonnie scoring the back of the first. So, I mean, it's just doing those small things well that really kind of make I'm sure it's one of those things you get everybody else to kind of buy into doing those things, right?
And then the struggle sometimes, the kids almost give you the rolly eyes when you give them the butt sign, right? If other teams would pick up on that, they probably know what we were doing. But they're growing, and a lot of these kids are still freshmen, right? And they understand. I'm trying to implement that. It's a team thing, right? And when we need a bunt, it's because I feel that that's going to give us either we need to move a runner for the next batter, or it causes chaos sometimes, and it did that a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, Ames is on the docket for Monday night. That'll be another good test for you. But
sure.
To get back to 500, I'm sure this meant a lot here tonight.
Oh yeah, and we're playing so much better this year. I'm super proud of these kids. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm really proud of them.
All right, good luck Monday night. All right,
appreciate it.
All right, head coach Jason Bowers with us on our post-game chat. All brought to you by Century Plumbing in Marshalltown. This is the Locker Room Report. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality, efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sauteed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
The Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me here tonight. Let's get a final scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
We just talked to Coach about Monday's matchup. Ames Little Cyclones took on Waterloo East, and Waterloo East took it to them 18-0 in Game 1, 14-1 in Game 2. In baseball, Urbandale is tied with Indianola late in the game, 2-2. Mason City trails Fort Dodge 6-1 in the 6th inning. And then, as we said earlier, Dyke New Hartford destroyed Applington Parkersburg in baseball 8-1.
Well, as Brian Murphy once told me, you don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of here. We are just about ready to roll out of here, but our next broadcast coming up on Sunday afternoon. It is the Joe Court Clincher Classic, as we'll have coverage for you, at least looking at 3 games during the day on Championship Sunday, as coverage will start at 12:30 here on KFJB-TV. 16-inch softball, that's right. People are trying to hit a ball just as big as Dylan Doe's head.
I'll take it. I was talking to Jake Reynolds, one of the state board members, puts it on. They are stoked. They are incredibly excited for the coverage, but also just for the big event that'll bring hundreds to Marshalltown.
Yeah, that is for sure. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here on KFJB-TV as the Bobcats again victorious 7-4 is the final score. Thanks to our on-site producer, Zach Tomish, Jesse DeMeyer back there at the KFJB-TV or KFJB radio studios. Joe Cornwell on camera. I'm Brandon Lewis for Dylan Dose. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. We'll talk to you Sunday at the Joe Court Clincher Classic right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.